Hello, happy Sunday. Hope everyone is doing okay and he's not barking today. Just checking in. This week has been a little bit rough. It's been a long week. At times it requires a lot of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual strength to kind of get through things, when you're trying to accomplish things, and stay focused. It can get tough sometimes, and that's okay, and that's normal. People ask me what the purpose of my podcast is, or what the topic is going to be, and usually I give them a basic response because I myself am kind of learning what, the purpose is. And at times, sometimes you're always so willing to help others, give good advice, motivate, even when you can't, motivate yourself at times. So I've had to get creative with how I can still get the things that I need when I need them and how I need them. So in a way, this podcast is sometimes you got to talk to yourself. You got to speak to yourself and, keep yourself motivated, keep yourself encouraged, focus on, why you're doing what you're trying to do. And that would probably be another purpose of this podcast, Not everything's always perfect. Not everything's just peachy. Some days you wake up and you just don't always have the strength to, move forward or get up and get going, and it's okay not to feel okay sometimes. And the most important thing is just making sure you don't dwell there too long and, give yourself that time of rest. If you have to say no to plans or you just need that day, do that for yourself. Take that for yourself, and there's nothing wrong with it. I think we think we're superhuman at times, and every day is just going to be, I got this, or I can, do it all on my own, this and that. And it's just not a reality. It's a very human thing to kind of just feel down and out sometimes, just not feel up to it, and kind of just needing that break. That's part of the journey. That's part of the process. And, outside of bringing collaboration versus competition to Buffalo, I think there's also a need for vulnerability versus defensiveness, where depending what your environment is, who you're surrounded by, you kind of forced to have this defensiveness, even though it might not, be who you really are. And there's nothing wrong with, obviously having some guards up to protect yourself, but not so much where it's just like you're trying to keep up with being tough that it's really destroying you. So, just wishing everybody a happy Sunday. Hoping the week starts off strong and ends that way, and just stay motivated. Don't be afraid to reach out to that person you might have given advice to and just say, hey, I just need a listening ear. I just need to vent and get some things off my chest or figure out some of these emotions. And if it's a bonus in them being able to give you advice, then so be it. But be okay with being vulnerable. It's okay to express yourself. It's okay to feel these God-given emotions and not be so hard on yourself. So have a great week. I'm sorry, Mommy. You ready for action? Give Mommy a kiss? No? You Mommy get a kiss? Thank you, baby. Mwah.